Are here with new ASU linebacker Jordan Crook. Jordan, obviously, you hop in the portal after a couple of years with the Razorbacks. What were the things that you were looking for in your next destination, and how did Arizona State kind of fill those needs for you?
Just looking for a bigger role, and just more in-depth coaching, honestly, and just being around like a complete staff that I know that has the best for me. Honestly, is what attracted me to ASU, and then the past ties with Coach Samp, that's like family to me. So, I know if he, telling me, these things, I know he wouldn't tell me wrong. So, like that meant a lot, and it kind of, that's what honestly that's what did it for me.
So obviously, Rashaad Samples, and of course, playing for his father in high school. Obviously, you have that family connection, the relationship building there. Why has Rashaad Samples been so effective as a recruiter, and what makes him special, and how is he able to kind of build those relationships with guys like you?
Honestly, like he's somebody you can relate to, like even since like when I first met him, like my sophomore year, like when I first got to Duncanville, like he real, like he a real dude, and like he's somebody you really can relate to. Like he understands us, like he ain't like honestly like really not too much older than us. So like he can relate, and like he know what we go through and the things. Like he just understands us, and like I said, he really just family to me, and like he done did a lot for me. You know what I'm saying, over the um since my sophomore year, like since I know him.
So of course, being kind of that younger guy, he was a very young coach, and Kenny Dillingham thinks he's going to be pretty soon one of the youngest head coaches in college football. But you're going to be playing for one of the youngest head coaches in college football, and Kenny Dillingham. What kind of jumps out to you in this process of getting to know Coach Dillingham, what he brings as a leader of a major college football program?
Honestly, like just from the conversations I've had, he's another one that's like he can relate, like he can relate to his players, and I feel like when a coach can relate to his players, like that's you're gonna get the most out the players. It's and that's a I feel like that's the biggest trait to have, like as a coach, like what I'm saying, if you can get the most out your players, and I feel like he just talking to other players and people that I know on the team, and just other people and stuff like that. Like they all saying the same thing. Like he gonna get the most out of his players, and like he can relate. And like he's just somebody that he's just a cool guy and somebody that everybody want to be around.
So recently, you of course came to Tempe to visit and see the facilities and everything up close, meet these people face to face. What things made the biggest impressions on you during your official visit to Arizona State?
Really just the atmosphere. Just being around the staff, and the few players that I was around. One thing that I wanted to do going in, like I wanted to ask a lot of questions and ask like the same question to a lot of people, just to see what I would get. And like honestly, like when I was asking questions, throughout my visit, like they were all saying the same thing, like, and that was a big thing, just going into this process a second time, like just seeing things a little different. And I like when they all kind of was telling me the same thing, I was like, okay, I feel like it's this some, everybody being real, that's and that's all I really can ask for.
What were some of those questions that you were kind of asking a bunch of people, and what was the feedback that you received that obviously it made a positive impression with you?
Things about like just the coaching style, just from the coaching style, to just the atmosphere, even off the field stuff, NIL, just everything. Honestly, like from A to Z, like I was just asking, and I was kind of getting the same answers, like just in how like the roles and the fit, and just talking to different coaches and the position and things like that, the scheme. Everybody was kind of saying the same thing. So I was like, okay, everybody on one accord, and that mean a lot.
So obviously you get that consistency in terms of the messaging and how everybody's experiences to this point. When you kind of look at just the overall kind of the vibe and the culture, it's obviously just the second year that Kenny Dillingham has been in place and the staff's been in place. But what's your read on what kind of culture he wants to bring for an imprint on Sun Devil football?
Honestly, like just from talking to him, he want dogs. Like, you know what I'm saying? He want dogs. You know, that's coachable and just love football. You know, and that's one thing. You know, he kept telling me over like that's what he want. You know, he want dogs that love football. Like, that's all he want.
And of course, you're a guy who came up through top level Texas high school football, and that's just something that you just can't find anywhere else. How do you feel going through going through Duncanville especially has prepared you for college football?
It definitely prepared me going into the SEC. Like when I did, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, just being in the Texas football, like, you know what I'm saying, just playing in it, like it's different. You know, I feel like it prepares you to play against the best. You know, I was practicing against the best at the time. On the other side of the ball, like it just overall, like it prepared me for what, like, you know, for this, honestly.
So of course, with ASU moving to the Big 12 for next season, obviously it's going to be a lot of exposure. Even a couple games next year in Texas. How much of a factor was that? Just knowing that with the conference move, you'll be much more prominent, in your home state.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like that's one thing that was big for me. You know, to be able to come back to the South and be able to play against these teams mean a lot. And plus, like for my family and stuff like that, getting to the games and things like so, like it was definitely big for me. And I feel like, you know, being in this conference, you know, gonna be good for me to be able to, you know, showcase fully, you know, what I can do.
And of course, Coach Samples and Brian Carrington as well have been really getting that Texas to Tempe pipeline rolling. A lot of fellow Texans already on the roster, more on the way, including yourself. What does it mean for you to obviously be surrounded by some fellow Texans in there, and how do you think that might help speed up the acclimation process for getting your feet wet out here in Arizona?
I don't know. I definitely think it's gonna be cool. You know what I'm saying? Just having people like, you know, just knowing you got other people like that you know, came up like grew up and like played against and like seen and stuff like that. Like just from being back home, like, you know what I'm saying? They kind of got some credit behind their name, you know what I'm saying? Like just coming from Texas and stuff like that, that mean a lot. So like just going there and being there with them guys, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we're gonna gel quick, no doubt.
What is it about coming up through Texas that makes maybe a Texas player different from a guy maybe from California, Florida, Georgia, whatever? What are the kind of the special unique traits about a guy who played his ball in Texas?
I feel like just the overall, like the makeup, like just from A to Z, like the whole player, like just from the mindset to the physical asset, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's what's different. And I feel like the moments, like, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of people don't get to, they get to college, like we seen it in playoffs, like in the state game, like the big crowds, you know what I'm saying? Like things like that, like that was normal. So I feel like it prepared us when we got here. So like I said, from A to Z, like overall, like just the whole makeup, like, you know, like that cat, like he been through some. Honestly, like he, you know what I'm saying, he been in these type of moments. You know, you can count on somebody like that. So I feel like, you know, that really would make us, you know, stand out.
Then, of course, as you alluded to earlier, you come up through top level Texas high school football, and you jump into the SEC for a couple of years, really play some pretty good football there. How do you feel that your time with the Razorbacks, playing against SEC competition, has really kind of helped prepare you for the challenge ahead with the Sun Devils?
Oh no, yeah, I definitely feel like it's you know, prepared me a lot. You know, I definitely think it's gonna be a little different as far as the people up front. You know, I don't think they'll be as big, but I feel like it definitely prepared me. You know, it was hard nosed football, a lot of running, a lot of striking, attacking, and so I feel like just overall, like coming to this league, like I'll be able to, you know, fully, you know, flourish and you know, be sideline to sideline and plug gaps and things like that, you know, within this defense. You know, just being here at Arizona State.
Now, for any Sun Devil fans who might not have seen you in action for the Razorbacks, give our listeners and viewers a self scout in your board. Tell us what kind of skills and what kind of linebacker you are.
Are you just gonna get a fast, smart, you know, heavy IQ, you know, strong linebacker, you know, that's, you know, quick, light footed, you know, fast footed, you know, my instincts off the charts. You know, and I love football, you know, and I'm coming to make a difference. No doubt.
And so when you, of course, you're playing for a defensive coordinator and Brian Ward, who knows or brings a defense that really kind of is built on attacking aggression and bringing a fight to an offense. What jumps out to you most about this defensive scheme that you're going to be playing, and especially kind of what it asks of the linebackers and how your skills are fit that role?
Just like honestly, like it's kind of like somewhat what we ran at Arkansas, but more of an NFL style defense. So I feel like just off the bat, I feel like I'm gonna be pretty comfortable. Just after learning the terminology and things like that. So that said a lot too. And then just from talking to everybody and the things that they're doing, and then on third down, like a lot of people, bring up third down and the different things he likes to do on third down and different packages and things like that. Like, and I feel like, with me, I feel like I'm a 3 down backer. So like, I feel like with these packages and things like that he's running, different blitzes and stuff like that, I feel like I'll be able to go out there and showcase what I can do, just as a 3 down backer.
Of course, getting here, you're going to be coached by A.J. Cooper with the linebackers. What kind of stands out about Coach Cooper, and what kind of things do you think he can do to help improve your game during your time here?
Coach Coop, he's just a real genuine dude. Just from talking to him, and then just from talking to the other players and stuff like that. He a hard coach, but he love hard too. And that's something I'm used to. You know what I'm saying? Like just coming up, I'm used to the hard coaching and stuff like that. That's something that I love. So and I feel like he gonna make me a better, not just a better player, but a better person too. Just outside the ball. And I like just from like the first day I met him, when he came out here, like we just gelled. And then he been calling me every day since. We've been just locked in really. Just ready for me to get up there and things like that. And I feel like just with my play style and like his mindset, what I'm saying, my mindset, like he kind of got that, like the underdog mindset. Like I feel like that's my mindset too. And I feel like we really gonna gel off of that because it's he know my intentions, and I feel like he gonna have it. I feel like he gonna have the best for me.
How appealing is it to be part of something, as Kenny Dillingham tries to reshape and rebuild Son of a Football, and, he's obviously, heading into year 2 in that process. How appealing is it to kind of maybe get in on the ground floor and be a part of that foundation that can, get Son of a Football back to the heights in which it once was?
No, it definitely mean a lot. What I'm saying, just trying to be a part of the change. What I'm saying, and being a part of the foundation. Like it mean a lot. What I'm saying, just to get it up and running. And I feel like it's a lot of talent that's already there. We got a lot more coming in. And I feel like we just come in and work. I feel like we gonna have a great program.
What's your read right now on kind of the Sun Devil linebacker room? Obviously, you and a couple others are coming in as FBS transfers. They got a couple guys that are coming that are returning this season. What's your makeup on obviously on an early stage of this group of 2024 linebackers?
No, definitely. I feel like we're gonna have a real good room. I'm ready to just get in and work with those guys. I haven't actually met any of the guys yet. Planning to get on the Zoom soon, but like I said, I'm just ready to get in and work with those guys and meet those guys and things like that. Like I said, just from watching the film and then seeing the other commits and stuff like that on Twitter and things. I definitely feel like we're gonna have a good room.
Looking ahead to this fall, obviously, it's going to be year 2 of Kenny Dillingham, your first in Tempe, and the program's first in the Big 12. What are some of the things that you would like to get accomplished and achieve in year 1?
Ah man, the sky's the limit. Like I don't want to set the bar on nothing. I just want honestly, I want us to take it game by game, and go from there. I want to put nothing on nothing. I just want to, like I said, just come in and work, take it day by day, and then what I'm saying, get the Saturdays and go from there. And that's how I feel about it.
And of course, you're one of all the transfers I believe coming in with multiple years of eligibility left. So when you look at and kind of project to the future, whenever your college career comes to an end, what are the things that you want to look back upon and make sure that you were able to accomplish, as a college football player?
I definitely I want to go to I want to go to a big bowl game. I want to win. That's first. And then after that I got individual accolades. I want to accomplish All American this year and next year. I do want to get 100 tackles. both years, and I feel like I complete those things, and I'll be able to go on and play in the league.
And then finally, this fall, come the end of August when you're running out of Tillman Tunnel next to the big Pat Tillman statue in that maroon and gold to take on Wyoming. What do you think the thoughts and feelings are going to be going through your head at that moment?
New beginnings, fresh start, and just let loose. Honestly, like, like just keep being me. Honestly, just keep being me. That's what I've been telling myself. Just keep being me, and go from there. Take it day by day, and have fun. Honestly.